Thank you very much, dear Mr. Chairman. Thank you, dear Zingeris, for brilliant work I think you have done with this report. I'm sorry to say that at 11 o'clock Strasbourg time, my mother just told me that in a small village 20 kilometers from Kiev where they live, an Iranian Shahed drone sent by Russia has hit residential buildings again. Now, why is this happening despite today's address, yesterday's resolution by the United Nations, and all other steps that the international community is taking to counter Russia? Because Russia feels that it has impunity. Because, in a way, something made them believe that they have a license to kill. And probably that thing is their presence in the UN Security Council. And this is one of the most I would say, important topics that this report addresses as well, is this very issue. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I argue that we are witnessing one of the biggest swindle in international diplomacy, because Russia has no legal rights to be not just a member of UNSC, but merely a member of United Nations. Did you know that this is, as of today, the only country that has not ratified the UN Charter? Did you know that there has been no voting in the General Assembly at all to admit Russia, and that there is no provision in the United Nations Charter to accept a country without vote if it hasn't been the founding country of the United Nations in the beginning, since the San Francisco conference? So, nevertheless, Russia abuses its voting power. It has used its veto more than 143 times as of April 2022. 143 times. This is more than all other members of the United Nations Security Council in total. So this is something absolutely incredible, and I ask you to support this report precisely for the reason that we should take this matter forward. We should inspect and investigate the mere legal grounds of Russia's presence in the United Nations and its membership. But not only that, this report touches upon also the responsibility of political parties in Russia. I would like to remind you that every illegal act taken by the Russian Federation, starting from the annexation of Crimea and ending of the introduction of the Russian troops on the territory of Georgia, Moldova, Ukraine, has been supported by the Russian State Duma, by the Parliament of Russia, unanimously. Doesn't that mean that all of the MPs who voted in favor of those actions that encroach the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of other countries are also guilty? Doesn't that mean that they share this responsibility and should be recognized as organizations that facilitate terrorism? They should, in my opinion, be definitely recognized so. So I would call strongly to support this report. Thank you again, dear Mr. Zingeris, and Slava Ukraini. Thank you.
Thank you, Dmytro.